Yo, welcome back to another episode with your boy Jody Joe. Hope everybody doing well, feeling good, and looking good. Got a great episode for you today. We're going to talk about the 7 impactful paths that you can take right now and develop other streams of income, all right? Because I know working on 40 hours a week, it's not cutting it these days, you feel me? It's not about the grind that you're on, it's about the moves that you make. So it's important that you make the right moves, especially in times that we in right now, you feel me? And with these 7 impactful streams of income, things that you can do while either at work or not at work, is something that you can use to build wealth. You know what I'm saying? If you stay consistent with these things, you get your freedom back. You spend more time with your family, your kids, and doing things that you want to do, and not clocking in at work. You feel me? 9 to 5 on a hamster wheel. You feel me? All right. So I'm gonna break down these 7 things. We're gonna start with number one. It's content creator. Everybody know what that is, right? YouTubers, personal brand owners. You know what I'm saying? That it's been one of the hottest entrepreneur topics. Everybody want to be a YouTuber or a content creator, and it's not as easy as you think it is. People think it is. You know what I'm saying? It needs a lot of consistency. You know what I'm saying? So they actually make money using ads, affiliate links, merchandise they sell, courses they sell. But like I said, all of these things, you need consistency. You can't give up. It's not going to pop off in the next 30 days or the 40 days. It might not pop off for a year, but you got to be consistently working at it. And then, it starts to bubbles. And that's kind of what I be telling myself, like, like you can't expect it to happen overnight. And that's one thing I'm definitely learning, like seriously. And consistency counts, man. And you know what I'm saying? Treat people how you want to get treated. You feel me? And being genuine. You feel me? That's all going to count as a content creator. And finding a niche. It comes with a niche too. So what are you talking about? You motivating people? Talking about food? You talking about what? Well, what's the thing? You know what I'm saying? And if anything, you want to put things in the world that's going to make it better and not, better off without it. But that's how I look at it. So content creator, personal brand, that's number one. Number two, online businesses. My sister has her online business, e-commerce, and she sells a lot of like facial products and everything, like food and things like that for your skin and beauty, cosmetics, all types of stuff, vitamins, minerals. But yeah, online businesses. All right. So what people do with this, they start a Shopify account. They sell items on Shopify, or they use Printful to print items on like different clothing wear or mugs and things of that such. Etsy is another good one. Kajabi, selling books and ebooks and things of that such. Yeah, just physical, digital products. You know, create a book, create like a box that people can use, and yeah, it's just like you got to get creative with those things. Especially with digital products. But those are very scalable, and you're able to like grow as much as you want to. Put it like that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like a lot of people do that and they don't have a clear audience. And something I'm kind of working on too. Like, what is my audience? So make sure you have a clear audience when you're trying to get into this online business, and you have a good, you know, a good niche to this business. Clear audience, and then you'll see it take off. That's one of the things. That's number two, actually. But e-commerce, digital products, it's been in since a while. So it's like, it's no reason not to start it, especially if you're into that type of thing and you have a good idea, and don't just pick up something just because I'm telling you, but have some type of like idea for it. And then I'm like, oh, I think that fits me. You feel me? So that's number two. Number three, trader is what I do. You can become a trader. You can trade the SPY. You can trade gold. You can trade all of the entity. You can trade all of the metals or whatever it is you want to trade, stocks. But one thing about trading is that it takes time, and you use more patience is required. But there is a mental shift that has to happen when you become a trader. And you kind of develop that as the more you trade, the more you lose trades, the more you learn lessons. Yeah, and it's scalable. And the thing is, now a lot of people are making these bots, and it becomes automated now. So you can automate your strategy in a bot, and then that generates income for you every time pulls the strategy through. So like, say if I see this candle get here, then it gets me in the trade, then it takes me out when it gets there, and then that goes automatically. You're not doing anything else. You're just setting it up. So those are things that people do with trading. I would say don't chase the signals, because people say, "Oh, I got signals for you. You can sell this. Get in my group, and I give me $50 a month, and I give you all the signals to make money." Don't fall for it. You feel me? You want to learn it yourself. You want to develop your own strategy, because yeah, you're not gonna learn it like everybody else. I had to learn that the hard way. You're not gonna learn how everybody else learns. So you have to figure out how do I see it. Sometimes you gotta like separate yourself and be like how do I see? I see they see it that way, but let me look at this myself and see how can I, like make this make sense for myself. So that's something I have to do, becoming a trader. But it is a very it's lucrative. It's very you can become you can do a lot with it. You could become financially free. But the thing is, it's just you have to you have to put your money where in the right place in a sense. But definitely take a course, look up things, research, all of that before you just start trading. Use paper trading first, get your trades in, see how it feels, and then you'll know if it's for you or not. Feel me? All right, number 4, coach. We got a lot of coaches out here these days, and some of them I feel like they're not even credible, but it's a lot of coaches though. Mental health coaches, fitness coaches, trading coaches, mindset coaches. You could focus on group coaching, digital products, one-on-one coaching. And the thing is, I think a lot of coaches undercharge because they don't feel like it's not, I don't know if they feel like it's not as much value, but maybe it's because, it's hard to get these people to actually trust. So you kind of undercharge and hoping you get more. But I feel like if you're giving value like that and you're really a fitness coach or whatever you do, you're doing it to the T, and you got like maybe somebody testimonials and things of that such, I feel like you don't have to worry about undercharging, because the product is going to speak for itself. What you do, the program is going to speak for itself. So no matter what, I feel like people in that coaching field should charge as need to be, like seriously. It's a high impact type of position because you're impacting somebody's life. That's a high pay, high impact. You feel me? That's how I look at it. So coach in general, those are the ones that should be, getting a lot of bread at the end of the year. You know what I mean? Or at least over 100,000. But yeah, that's kind of how I look at it though. High impact, high pay. All right. Number 5, remote tech. All right, this is like people with skills in web design, copywriting. You can learn how to brand, AI, automation. The platforms you will use will be like Upwork, Fiverr, LinkedIn, and you connect with other people in that field, especially LinkedIn. One thing is don't get stuck with the little task, the $20 task, like always, become specialized in a certain task and charge for that task. Like I said, don't undercharge for it, but charge as needed be. Like I want this is it. Don't undercut yourself either. But yeah, keep working in that task. I'm not really familiar with anybody who worked in remote tech. I have a homeboy, he started in tech, but remote tech, check it out. I'm sure there's a lot of jobs available because it looks like they've been outsourcing a lot of those remote tech jobs. You feel me? So you should actually go look into that now, especially if you're into like the web design, copywriting, and AI automation and things of that such. Number 6, real estate, Airbnbs, rentals. Real estate is everything these days. Especially in LA, everything just keep getting higher. So it's important. Maybe you should look into getting into real estate license or anything of that such, and try to find your way in the field. I found myself going to some of those classes, and it wasn't really for me. It wasn't. Maybe it's the way that it was being taught or something, but it never caught on to me. So I was on to other things at that time too. But real estate is definitely a great passive income, passive cash flow. And then you have to understand your upfront cost, because I know a lot of that stuff gets kind of tricky. It's like, you got to make sure you have money for that, money for this, money for that. Like those little ticks and tacks add up. So understand what needs to be paid up front and what's going to be paid on the back or what. But that's one thing about real estate. Is definitely you want to understand the field of real estate that you in. So something that, it's one of the top 7. So I would look into it if you're into real estate like that. All right. And the last but not least, this is number 7. This is semi-automated business services. All right. Now I know I've been reading a lot about these people creating bots for, you know, big companies. Instead of the, you know, you speaking to anybody like a live person, it's actually a bot. So those are things like that. Like they do that, including with like vending machines is happening, cars is happening, just a lot of digital things is happening, especially like as far as like just anything like on the business wise. Like people are turning to AI to do everything nowadays, and AI ain't always right. You feel me? But that's another story, another episode. But yeah. So like even at car washes, you starting to see AI implemented, print on demand items and things of that such. So with this, with the automated services, it's more like I can set it and I forget it. Like you come up whatever code needed and whatever strategy, whatever is needed, and then you do that, and then you just leave it alone, let it go. So that's the one thing I'm learning about self-automatic businesses and services. That's why it was pretty interesting to know about how to create a bot, and then a bot answer all the little questions that people ask. You feel me? And then we got bots where you call and it sounds like an actual person, but it's a robot. You know it's a robot, but it sounds like a person. So that is one thing that's taking off right now. That's the seventh thing, all right? So, you know, you got the top 7 right here. I would suggest, you know, you just see which one it fits you, you know, and stack it on another one that might fit you, or just start with one and see what fits you, where that takes you, you know? But I think it's always important to have a plan B more than just having just a plan A, and that's all I know. Even if it's the plan B is not really a plan B, it's a plan A/A, you know, like under underscore A. But I would suggest like it's not just about working those 40 hours every week, 80 hours a week, going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home. No, you gotta. I feel like myself, especially, I'm a very creative person, so you gotta use your creativity. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use your creativity for what you have it for, you know, or whatever skills you have, you need to use it. So, yeah, be patient, be organized, invest in yourself, change the way you think, change your mindset, and then execute on these. You know what I'm saying? Execute, and we'll see where you get. You feel me? I'm working on some of these things as well right now, you know, and I'm building my way up. So, freedom, you know, more time with my fam, more time with my kids. You know, that's all I'm looking for. I ain't got to go clocking on the clock. You feel me? So you come up with your why and why you want this so bad. I ain't gonna make it happen. You feel me? All right. So in closing, you already know what it is. I'm gonna be back with another episode. I know I was gone for a minute, but I'm back, and guarantee you're gonna catch me next time. All right. All right. This is Jody Joe signing out. Y'all have a great day. Peace.